What I showed you in the first episode of Command Prompt was only a taste of what you can do on your system. Today on AJ Tech, let's dive into some more command lines in the command prompt. As always, get yourself a beverage, sit back, take some notes, or go along with me as we dive into the command prompt once again. First thing, let's pull up our command prompt screen. Simply go into the search box down below. As always, your search box is your best friend, and you can simply type in CMD for command prompt. We're going to run it as administrator today, so go ahead and run as administrator. It's going to ask you yes or no. Click yes. And there it is. It's popped up in all its glory. Let me zoom in real quick. Now that we are zoomed in, let's go through some commands. Let's start off with this one, system info. Type in system info. Let that run. And it's going to pull up all the information about your system. As you can see right here, you got your host name, what version of Microsoft you're running. We're working on Windows 11 Pro. You also got your boot time right here, how long your system has been going since you last restarted your computer. Restarted, not shut down, restarted. And it shows here 3/30/2024 as the last time. So about a day ago, I restarted the machine. Original install date right here. System model number and type right here. BIOS version that you're running. All sorts of great stuff right here about your system. If you're concerned about viruses or some other software that's corrupting your core system files, there's a Windows command for that. SFC/scan now. Let's type that in. SFC. It's hard to say. Scan now. And you can let this scan your machine and scan through the files and begins this process of checking it all, and will even repair them for you. What a great thing. And this is a great time to take a coffee break or a beverage break, or just kind of stand up to stretch, because this may take a little bit to do. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It's complete. Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violations. That's great news for my system. Next one we're going to do is check disk. Simply type in CHKDSK or check disk. This is a command that's similar to SFC, but it's going to check the entire disk in the system. So you'll want to follow up with /F, hit enter. This is going to tell you this type of file system is NTFS, cannot lock current drive. Check disk cannot run because the volume is in another process. Would you like to schedule this volume to be checked the next time you restart your system? So you can simply type in yes, and then the next time you restart, it's going to do that scan for you and fix whatever errors or problems that may have within your system during that period. But I'm going to go ahead and check no at this time, because I don't really need to do that at this time. This command checks things for like file fragments, disk errors, bad sectors. The command can fix any of these disk errors if possible. So it's a great tool to have if you're feeling like your system needs to get a little bit of a boost or repair. Let's speed around this next one. This next command is who am I? Who am I? Guess what it's going to do? It's going to tell you who you are. There's your name of your computer, and of course your login credentials right there. The next one we're going to do is winget upgrade. This thing is going to run an upgrade. There it is. There you go. It's going to give you a list of programs on here where there are upgrades available. And simply what you can do is type in winget upgrade space -- all to run it all. Here we go. We're going to run it all. We're going to go ahead and run the upgrades. There it says 4 upgrades available, installing dependencies. 1 found Google Chrome version. This application is licensed to you by its owner. So it's running the updates for that. By the looks of it, it's downloading it. Successfully verified installer hash. Starting package install. So it's installing the upgrade for Google Chrome. This is awesome. It's a quick way to see if there's any software upgrades that are available out there to you. And it's going to find those installers and run it. This says it's successfully installed. Now it's running the second one. Found Windows Terminal. So now it's running this one. And just like that, everything's been installed except for the OBS because I'm currently using it. It's going to wait until I close that out and then we could try it again. So we're just going to move on. Next one I'm going to show you is ipconfig. ipconfig, what is that? It is Internet Protocol Configuration. It's going to tell you your IP address where your computer lives on the internet. It is a unique set of numbers that you own. It's going to show the default gateway of your router. It's going to show you your internet service provider information. The one you're going to want to look for your computer's IP address is going to say IPv4. That's your IP address. There's a default gateway. That's an IP address for your router. I'm not going to show that to you because I don't need to expose what my IP address is and my default gateway is. So simply just type in ipconfig, hit enter, and it's going to do the rest for you. Next one I'm going to show you is ping. What is ping? It is a tool that you could use to test out network connections by either by IP address or by website. So for example, let's use Google. We can ping www.google.com, hit enter, and it's going to send out a package of sorts out to Google to say, hey, are you out there? And it's going to send me a reply, yes, they are out there. So, and as you can see right here, this tells you also the IP address for that website right there, 142.250.115.147, and you can simply type in ping, same IP address in this spot here, and it's going to do the same thing, send out a reply. Now, if it was not connected, it's going to basically just say no reply and timeout after 4 attempts, and that will tell you that the connection is lost. Next one we're going to show you is called NetShare. It's NETSH for NetShare, but let's add in for this one WLAN for WLAN. Wireless Local Area Network is what that stands for. But let's go a little bit further. Show profile. Now let's hit enter. And it is going to show all the Wi-Fi networks you visited, which this one only has one, mine. But if you're out there traveling to different places, it's going to give you a list of all the wireless networks you've connected to, and it's pretty cool to see of all the places you've connected with. And the last one we're going to show you is how to obtain your serial number for your computer. WMIC BIOS get serial number without the T, and just simply hit enter, and it's going to reveal the serial number for your system. And that is all that I'm going to show you for today for the command prompt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there, keep learning, and take care.